Hi everyone, so we are now working our way around my craft room. This corner of the craft room has lots of different elements, mainly being the ribbon holder. I have lots and lots of people asking me about this. When I designed my room, I knew in this area, this is where I wanted my ribbon to go. So we did reinforce the wall behind just to give some more stability. I mean, ribbon isn't necessarily heavy, but you know, just for the bracket stuff. Now these are on, if I go to the side, can you see these are IKEA picture holders? So you would have, you know, a picture, you know, you don't have to hang it off, you can just have it stood up on that picture ledge. I can't remember how much they were. I don't think they were expensive, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. They're about 9.5 centimeters deep, and as you can see, you can get quite a lot of ribbon. I have ribbon all different shapes and sizes. The colours, I've tried to sort of keep in the colour family. Again, this sort of thing is a design part of your craft room. This will give some interest, and also, you know, this is a design feature. I mean, as I've said before, all my furniture and all my walls and ceiling and stuff is white. So I wanted to obviously bring the colour through, you know, the items that are, you know, the crafting supplies and stuff like that into my room. So lots of different ribbons and stuff there. I also have this. This is I don't know, like a carousel of some sort. This was bought second hand. This was bought from what's called a car boot sale. I should imagine it's come from a shop of some sort, and it probably did display something or other, cards, books or something. I would say it does fit the Stampin' Up cassette style stamps. Can you see, like, does he, so it just does sit. Sometimes they do fall off, but hey, most of them fit. They didn't actually have feet. It didn't have feet when I bought it, and I just bought these little rubber feet. I just measured the dimensions, just so I didn't want it scraping the table. So as a crafter, I buy lots of stamps, as most of us do, and I always forget, or sometimes you just don't remember that you have certain stamps and stuff like that. And I just really wanted a way of that I could look at something that I've just newly bought and maybe get to use. So it's just a great way. There's 6 compartments as such, and I've managed to put the, you know, the stamp set and the matching die behind it, just so it's right there. And as you can see, I've got like 4 lots on this one. So I've got quite a lot on it. It's just an added element to my craft room. It just makes me look at it and think, okay, I'm going to use that. You know, it's just a nice part. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure where it's from, but it's certainly come from probably a shop of some sort. I also have a radio that's my husband bought me a digital radio. It's quite nice. It can just play the radio, or I can obviously connect it to my phone for Bluetooth. On my desk, I just have this thing, this little folder with lots of different bits, catalogues, orders, supplies and stuff. Certainly don't tell the husband that I'm wanting to buy more things. That's why we keep it away. So and also I have right close to hand, so this is literally my main working space. So this is right here. Okay, this is a long desk. What we did is, when I made my room, is we had to trim off the most tiniest bit on this end, and obviously this end was going to the wall, so I wasn't really fussed about that. But and so what I've also got is the adhesives, tote stuff, and obviously my We Are Memory Keepers crocodile and stuff like that there. Just to hand some tape. So when I designed my room, I really wanted to make sure that I had a lot of light coming in. My garden is south facing, which is out there. So the sun would come up here. So I knew that it could be quite dark in here, because the sun wouldn't be shining right into it. So I really wanted to make sure that I had enough windows, and I have 3 and a double door, and everything is white for that reason, to try and let the light in. I know a lot of people say they don't like white in a craft room, but my room, even though it is predominantly white, it's warm, it's cozy, it's inviting, it's inspirational. There's lots of pops of colour, as you can see. I mean, for not at one point do I think it's a dark room, and I also don't think it's too sterile as well. So so here I have a window which looks out to the side of my garden. If we can go a bit closer, focus. Yeah, no, it's not going to focus. But basically, that's a little potting area and stuff like that down there. It's a little side bit. So and our back gates there. So that's the sides part of my craft room. This is where I mainly sit. This is my chair. The chair is from IKEA. I didn't want a black, heavy office chair. I didn't think that would be a good design feature of my room. So this sort of rattan wicker style chair was perfect. Now, I don't think IKEA does this anymore. I'm sure I looked before. And it's white. It's actually relatively comfortable, but basically, yeah, this is I don't think they do this no more, but I'm sure you can find other ones similar. But that was from IKEA. I'll discuss what's in this in a minute, but we'll concentrate on what's on the top. So on the top here I have this white unit. I'm going to sit down. So this is a perspective mat. So this white unit here was from IKEA. I wanted to purchase another one because this one was originally, because I had a change around in my craft room. This one originally was in the sewing area, but when I looked online, they only had a really light grey, and I really didn't think that would work with this part of the room, so I just swapped them out. So basically on the top shelf, so there's different shelves, we have 2 little bins that have all the stuff I need to grab straight away. Swink of Sellers, powder tool. These little units here, these tiny little things, they were only £2. I'm not sure what I'm going to put them yet. Maybe I was thinking of the blending tools, sponges for the distress inks or something like that. I'm not sure, but they may not stay there. So at the moment they're just there because I know I need to do something with them. Here I also have another shelf. It's just got bits and bobs. It's a phone holder. Obviously a cup of tea. You need a cup of tea or coffee if you're a coffee drinker. This is something I purchased from America. We are in the UK here, and I'm sure you're aware that the selection of resources that we have here is nowhere near extensive as what you have in America. But this is Studio Calico or something like that. I can't remember this. But it is a ginormous. I mean, we're talking massive. Let's have a ruler. Well, actually, I've got a paper grid here. I don't even know why I've got a ruler out. Hey, but it's pretty big, and it's obviously date. So again, great for scrapbooking, card making, etc. So that just sort of sits there. Underneath, I have a scrub mat, and obviously that's important that you keep your stamps clean and stuff like that. So that goes there. I have a MISTI. I purchased the MISTI about a year ago now. It is an amazing tool. It's certainly a must in any craft room. I think if you are a card maker, even a scrapbooker, actually, I think it is great. I have another video about actually a little thing that I made to how to keep you know, it clean and stuff like that. So certainly have a look at that. But I am no way an expert of using the MISTI, and I'm sort of still learning what works and what doesn't work. But I would certainly say it's a great tool to have. I have also a piercing mat, but again, you can use it for, you know, inking and stuff like that. That just basically goes on the under there. So this is sort of, if we look here, this is me sitting on my chair. So this is the perspective I have. You know, a lot of natural light coming into my craft room. Alongside, I just have a few little books and stuff, like notebooks. This was like £1 in the pound store, and just some cutouts and stuff that I need to use or I've made and stuff. Lots of people ask me about my Copic marker storage holder. Now, it was basically a holder with drawers in it. Had drawers in. So these 6 holes as such had drawers in. It was like a cheap little drawer unit. I basically took the drawers out because I was actually using the drawers for other things. I was using them actually to hold my punches in before I changed my room around, and I actually just kept this void part of the unit. And then I realised actually this is great. This would work certainly for my Copics. So yeah, that's what I did. It's not massive, and they stick out a little bit, but if you have an little old unit or a little storage, you know, that has drawers in it, so like a jewellery box or something, you know, little knickknacks and stuff, take the drawers out. There's a lot of acrylic, you know, jewellery boxes or makeup storage boxes. You know, take the drawers out, use the void space to put your pens and stuff in. That works perfectly fine. I have all the sets but one. Maybe Father Christmas may buy that for me. Hint, hint. You know, so I have still obviously some to add, but I think there's still plenty of room for them all to fit. So yeah, that's where I keep my Copic, right there. On top I have my instant camera, and I just have some stuff for watercolour and stuff. This here, if I want a cup of tea, I don't know if he's heard me. Sometimes he does. He's just brought me a cup of tea. So yeah, the hubby is well trained, and he knows that he is on call when I'm in my craft room and he might need tea. So so this is obviously, you know, the top part of my desk. I will discuss what's on the side in this unit and this one in the next video. I'll speak to you later. Bye.